Poor cross-border rangeland governance has been identified as a major challenge facing pastoral communities across the Horn of Africa, undermining sustainable resources management and threatening livelihoods that depend on shared grazing lands. According to data from Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, more than half of Africa's livestock is concentrated in East Africa, with 55% of IGAD's total livestock resources found in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia. Despite this wealth, the region continues to experience major losses due to recurrent droughts. Between 2020 and 2023, the three countries lost approximately 13 million animals, valued at about $1.2 billion, excluding losses from reduced milk production. The drought also left around 5 million children malnourished across the region. Experts note that while Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia share similar climatic conditions, they lack coordinated rangeland management systems. Political borders often restrict livestock movement, even in ecologically connected regions, while regulatory frameworks have discouraged investment in animal feed sector. Many countries also lack proper forage seed certification systems, limiting the growth of commercial feed production.
We actually came to find out that the forage seed certification is not there in most of the countries. So it's very hard for someone who produces feed in Kenya to trade across Ethiopia because it becomes a contraband. If you're in Uganda, you have the same problem across Kenya. Yet each of the countries that we work in the IGAD region have feed deficit of 30, 40, almost some 50%, depending on the season. So you can imagine where the seed certification process is lacking. We don't have forage breeding, in place. So it means that cross-country trade is limited.
Roba spoke during a regional workshop organized by the African Union Inter-African Bureau for Animal Resources, AU-IBAR, through the African Pastoral Markets Development APMD platform. The event held in Naivasha brought together technical experts, government officials, pastoralists, and regional organizations to review feed and rangeland strategies and agree on coordinated measures to enhance feed security in pastoral regions. Professor Ahmed Elbetaji, APMD policy pillar lead, emphasized that pastoralism is not only a livelihood system, but also a key pillar of economic, social, and ecological resilience for millions of people. He noted that recurrent droughts, land degradation, climate variability, and inconsistent policy implementation continue to threaten livestock productivity, market competitiveness, and livelihoods.
At AU-IBAR, we recognize that achieving feed and rangeland security requires more than technical solutions. It demands partnership between governments, communities, and markets, between science and policy, and between Africa's continental vision and the everyday realities for pastoralists. So that's why through the ABMD project, African Pastoral Market Development Project, we are working with member states and regional organizations to de-risk private sector investment, enhance the enabling policy environment, and integrate data-driven approaches for decision-making. The feed and rangeland sector is central to this transformation as it directly underpins livestock productivity, trade competitiveness, and food system resilience.
John Minor, Senior Deputy Director of Livestock Production, called for the development of practical regional policies to guide pastoralists on sustainable livestock production and rangeland management. He also underscored the importance of involving the private sector in feed production and trade to address existing challenges.
What are the options that the private sector can do? Do we have services that the pastoralists demand or require that the private sector can offer? Not necessarily investing in terms of the production, but they can offer service. We want to see that the proposals we make, are they tenable? The policies that we make, do they inform what the practitioners can be able to implement?
The workshop aimed to review progress in implementing continental land regional feed and rangeland policies, identify gaps, strengthen private sector engagement, and develop a unified regional feed and rangeland security roadmap. The outcome from the discussions will inform the creation of an AU Feed Security Coordination Task Force to help translate policy into tangible impact and guide lasting continental action.